I'm never going to wait again to see if the voice that I hear in my head is the right one. It is. And I'm going to move and I'm going to take action in this right now moment because I don't want to miss what's for me right now. The past is gone. The future it hasn't even happened yet. But the only thing that's happening is the now. And we have to start doing the unctions and responding to God now. Stop lying to yourself and saying that you'll do it tomorrow when you made no plans to do it today. Chances are you will not do it tomorrow either. Welcome back to another moment with joy. I'm so excited that you guys have chosen to join me again for another moment. I couldn't be more grateful, and I'm so excited to share this topic with you today. But before we dive into it, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe before we start. There's a ton of content here for you to just binge on. Just binge and get your life right, your mind right, so everything is aligned. Okay, so I want to thank each and every one of you who always join me, who always go back and look at the videos. I love every comment and I love all the feedback, and I am so thankful. So today, we're talking about something that is one of the hardest habits to break: procrastination. Procrastination. We're talking about it. And did you know that procrastination is a form of stress relief? Just think about it. The trigger is stress. The pattern that we keep repeating is that we're going to avoid it. Okay, that's the pattern. Like, okay, you know what? I'm going to find something else to do. And then we avoid it. We retreat. And then what do? We reward ourselves by doing nothing, which is stress relief. Like, okay, that was too much, so now I'm just going to stop. We have to learn, guys, it's not enough to say, I just want to stop procrastinating. No, learn your stress, your triggers, where the stress is, so we can point that out, acknowledge that it's there, sit with that. And then we're not going to avoid it. We're not going to retreat. We're just going to take a moment to breathe. And we're going to remember that we plan to do this. We put it on our calendars to do. There is a deadline that we need to meet, and we're going to meet it. So today, I am going to help you find ways to live a life free of regret, free from missing opportunities because you were procrastinating. Because you always say, we could do it tomorrow. I could do it tomorrow. No. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we could do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. It can wait. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We are not in control of that part. Okay? So when we wake up in the morning, we need to understand we got to stop lying to ourselves. I don't know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow. And if you put it on your calendar to do today, do it. Commit to it. And watch your life be better, okay? And the worst person to lie to is yourself. You're not doing it tomorrow because you didn't even plan to do it today. Come on. And that's the truth. So what we're going to do in this episode, I'm going to show you some ways that you can end your procrastination. They're practical applications that you can apply today so we can ensure that you're not procrastinating, okay? The first step, in order to break this habit, you must stop lying to yourself. You got to stop. I'll do it tomorrow. I got time. It can wait. Has to stop. And that goes for work. That goes for your personal life. That goes for your self-care. That goes for every type of relationship there is. You have to show up, and you cannot lie and say that you're going to show up and not show up. And a lot of times we have this thing where we have to, we'll make those plans when we're hyped. Like, yeah, I'm going to be there on Thursday. And then you don't show up. We can't do that. Stop lying to yourself and saying that you'll do it tomorrow when you made no plans to do it today. Chances are you will not do it tomorrow either. So that's the first step to stop procrastinating. Stop saying that you'll do it tomorrow when today is the opportunity to do it. I remember there was a time where I got this opportunity to go out the country. And the people called me and they asked for my passport information. And I had my passport with me. It was in the back of the car. And I was like, since it's back there, when we stop, I'll put it, I'll send them the information when I get, and when we stopped, I never got my book bag to pull out the passport. When I got home, I never got the passport. It was maybe the next day. I know. The next day, I finally was like, oh, I got to send the people the passport information so I can go on this trip. And it was Singapore. I ain't never been to Singapore. So I was really excited about going. And when I sent my passport information, I got a cute message saying, we went another direction. We already have solidified the singers. And I was like, but you asked me. I asked you, but you did not respond quick enough. I was procrastinating, and it cost me big opportunities because I waited to do something that I could have done in the moment, but I waited because I thought I could do it tomorrow. I thought I had time. So we have to stop lying to ourselves, saying, we'll get it, I'll get it when I stop. That's a lie. I'll do it when I get home. That's a lie. And the worst person to lie to is you. Start keeping your own promises, okay? That is what we're going to do. That's the first step to end in procrastination. Stop lying to yourself. Stop making promises to yourself that you're not going to keep. Okay? The second way to break procrastination, to end it, is to break tasks down into small, manageable chunks. You cannot look at the task as this big, scary monster or this big, huge mountain. No, we got to break it down into parts. And this is going to cause for time management, okay? When you start to break that task down, there is going to be a deadline at hand that you have to commit to, that you probably already committed to when you signed the paperwork to say, I can do this project, or I can write this song, or I can produce this track for you. Whatever you decided to do, you have to lay out the blueprint and chop it up in pieces so you can tackle it efficiently, okay? So when we're breaking these tasks into small, manageable chunks, it allows us the time to see the whole project, okay, and see how we can just tackle this in 30 minutes. And y'all, set a timer. Use a timer. If this is going to take you an hour or 2 hours to do, or you want to allot 2 hours to this is all I'm going to give it today because it has to be due by this day, make sure you set time to finish each task. And break it up so you're not doing a million things in one day, the day before it's due. Because when we take our time and we manage it well, we're not completing a project exhausted, burnt out, like anxious to get it done in this small amount of time when we have weeks to complete it, okay? So procrastination will only leave you anxious and stressed. Okay, so we want to eliminate that. So what are we going to do? We're going to break that task down into small, manageable chunks so we can tackle it efficiently, okay? The third way is to eliminate distractions. Because y'all know when we doing that project, we could get a notification on Instagram, and we got to check the comment. Then we start responding to the comment, and then before we know it, what happens, y'all? It'd be an hour, 2 hours that we was on Instagram, didn't even know it. So we got to put our phones down. We have to utilize that do not disturb. Turn those email notifications off, and while your timer is on 2 hours, everything within that timer is just your task, the job that you need to complete, the work that you need to complete, the self-care that you need to complete. Whatever it is that you set on your schedule, on this day, I'm going to finish it. You need to do that. Okay? So we're going to eliminate distractions. Your phones, social media, TV, turn them off. Turn them off. And tell people if you know you got kids and you got responsibilities. I need y'all to make sure that you communicate, hey, on these 2 hours I'm working on the thing that God gave me to work on. And I've been putting it off for so long. But now I'm in it and I'm focused. Let them know what you're doing. And stick to it. Commit. 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 Commit to the deadlines. Write them down, put it on the calendar, plan it out, y'all. Commit to the deadlines. And after you commit to those deadlines and you actually make it, because you will, that's what these are going to do. All these tips are going to help you reach the finish line, okay? Once you reach these deadlines and you've committed and you've taken the time to make sure that you finished it with the full energy, and I mean you gave it your all. You weren't tired, you paced yourself, and it was great. You finished it on time. You need to reward yourself. The 5th step is reward yourself. When you finish a task, set up a reward system for yourself. A lot of people don't do that, I know. Me, I can't wait to finish working because I've been working a little hard these days. Gratefully, I've been working hard these days, but I can't wait to have a moment where I can sit and have a piece of chocolate, have me something nice to drink, some beautiful food, and watch TV and just relax and relieve my mind. That is my gift to myself when I have worked hard and I have met my deadlines and I finished strong. Now it's time for me to relax and lay it down. So set up a reward system for yourself so that you'll know and your body can get in the habit of, when I work hard, I reward myself. When I work hard, I reward myself. Okay? So when you complete that task, what are we going to do? When we complete that task, we're going to get a reward for our hard work. We deserve it. All of us deserve it. The 6th way to end procrastination is to prioritize your tasks. So that means the one that is due tomorrow, we need to go ahead and get that out the way because it's due tomorrow. The one that is most important needs to be put at the top of your list, and we're going to start breaking it down. And if your list is 10 things long and they all due in 2 weeks, then we're going to have to start talking about your no. We're going to have to start saying no to some stuff. Okay? You're not a machine, you're a human. So we got to prioritize. The most important job needs to be at the top of your list, and the least important needs to be at the bottom, but we need to finish them all. And guess what? You said yes to all of it. And I'm sure nobody made you do it. And if somebody's making you do extra hard work that you don't want to do, we got to talk about that too. So we're going to prioritize. We're going to prioritize, and we're not going to have more than we can bear on our list. But we're going to make the most important at the top and the least important at the bottom, and we're going to work through it, okay? And procrastination, y'all, it's a hard habit to break. It really is. And I'm hoping that these steps as I go, they're helping you recognize where you can challenge yourself to improve in this area of procrastinating, okay? Because you're not a procrastinator. You just want to relieve your stress, okay? And we're going to find ways to relieve that stress, which is time management and planning well. And here's another way for you to end procrastination. We need accountability partners. This was a game changer for me in my business, in my life. I have people around me that I can call and say, I need to, for 90 days, not eat red meat. I need to get this job done by February 1st. There's something that has been on my heart to finish, and I've been putting it off, and I will need to finish this, and I need your help to keep me accountable. That person will call you in the mornings to make sure that you're doing what you need to do. And to some, that might sound like you're being babied. To me, it helped me stay focused to the point where I didn't need a phone call in the morning to get up. I was getting up on my own. Because I used to wake up at noon. Every day, noon, I was waking up. I don't know how I do that now because now it's 6. You know what I'm saying? So now I wake up early and go to bed rather early. So when you start doing the new steps to ending procrastination, things will feel weird. Things will feel very hard to do because you're so used to doing them one way. But I dare you to try. I dare you to try to stop lying to yourself. Start telling the truth. I dare you to break those big tasks down into manageable chunks. I dare you to start rewarding yourself after you finished and completed something that was huge. You'll stop procrastinating. You'll have gratification in this area once you realize, once you're done, this is what I get. It's just empowering in all areas, okay? What is another way? You have to clean your space. Your environment is huge. Your environment is huge for your sanity. It's how you get your work done. I know for me, I cannot get my work done if it's dirty. If it's dirt around me, I need to pick stuff up. It's like God clearly downloads information in a clean setting for me. Body, hands clean. Clean your environment. Set it up so it's stress-free. When you jump out that shower, you walk into your bedroom, it's clean, it's white. Well, that's how my bedroom looks anyway. I'm talking about myself. But I need it to be looking like heaven. So when I hear from heaven, listen, let's mirror it. I want to mirror heaven. What it looks like up there looks like down here. I want my rooms white. Love it. Flowers and things. Your environment matters. When we want to stop procrastinating, a clean space really, really helps you get your work done. And if your house is not that place, find an environment, a coffee shop that's quiet and you can think. And you can finish the task on time. Don't go somewhere where it's a distraction. Don't go to brunch with the loud music and the hookahs. No, okay? Can't do that. So we're gonna put these things into action. Take action. And you know what? Procrastination not even, and this just dawned on me. This might be a God moment. This just dawned on me. We procrastinate when it comes to God too. Spiritual people, anyway, because in my own personal life, here's a story. My son was with us we were summer trip, and every time I talk about this, I get a little choked up. So every time we go to a beach for the summer for him. In this particular beach, we were looking for a quiet beach, a secluded beach. And this beach was a little weird. And it felt weird and it looked weird. But we were looking for a nice, quiet beach and we found one. But we thought it was a beach anyway. So anyway, we're walking toward the beach. And for some reason, it's like marsh all the way there. It's like mud. And the farther we go, the further our feet are sinking into the mud. And so I'm like, maybe we should turn around. And then anxiety completely floods me. Turn around, go back. Don't do that. And what I do? I call my boyfriend because I was like, maybe he can talk me out of going out there. Not that God's voice wasn't enough. And the unction to move, the unction to take action, and the unction to respond to God's voice. I was just like, my son want to have fun. Let me just go on out there. I'll listen to that voice later. Maybe it's just me tripping, right? We get out to the water. We're in this tube. It's a donut tube. It's real cute. And finally we get to the water, and I'm like, see, it's okay. It's all right. And I just felt in my spirit that something was going to happen. This, it just doesn't feel good. So I get in the water, and I'm like, just relax, Joy. And me and my son is in my lap, and we're floating on this tube. And I look up, and I'm far, far away from where I started. And this man yells out, it's like 50 feet deep out there. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I said, how am I going to get back? And he has to swim, and he's almost drowning trying to come get us. And that's when I panic. And I'm like, God told me not to come out here. That was my unction. That was my downloads. And I didn't listen to it. I ain't listen. I kept going. And a lot of times, a lot of us spiritual people, because that's who we are. We're spiritual beings in this world. We're spiritual first. And we get downloads from God all the time if we're open to hearing him, right? And procrastination is, in that way, is putting off the voice instead of moving on it in that moment. And a lot of times we do that, where God is speaking clearly to protect us, and we don't listen. And from that moment on, I'm never going to wait again to have my passport ready. I'm never going to wait again to see if the voice that I hear in my head is the right one. It is. And I'm going to move and I'm going to take action in this right now moment because I don't want to miss what's for me right now. The past is gone. The future it hasn't even happened yet. But the only thing that's happening is the now. And we have to start doing the unctions and responding to God now. Okay? When that comes to your job, the jobs that he's blessed us with, these big contracts that we have that you got blessed with, when you get the opportunity to finish a job and your name become great in this earth, do it. And do it proudly. And if it's so stressful, stop. If it's so stressful, stop. But don't lie to yourself and lie to others and say that you can finish it when you can't, okay? So we're going to commit to deadlines. We're going to have discipline. We're going to take action when God speaks. We're not going to prolong what he says. We're not going to put it off for tomorrow. We're going to do it today. We're going to do it today. You may not have all the answers when you start taking these steps. You may not have all the answers, but the moment that you take a step and you take another step, you can watch how God provides every time you take a new step. And that's the beauty in taking action and going forward and not letting procrastination win. Okay? We're going to make a plan and we're going to put it on the calendar and we're going to keep those words that we said to ourselves. We're going to finish it, girl. We're going to clean this room. We're going to tidy up. We're going to get our minds right so our minds can be tidy up and we're going to make it happen. Okay? We're going to reward ourselves because we deserve to be rewarded. We're going to eliminate distractions. We're going to break these tasks down and we're going to make sure we have an accountability partner that we can tap into whenever we need an extra push. There's this one exercise that I do, and I want to leave it with you guys before we go. I make sure that I have a coping mechanism or a soothing tactic that I use when I'm feeling like, oh, I don't feel like doing that today. I ain't going to do it. But I know it needs to be done. I know it needs to be done. So I go and I stand in the mirror. And this may feel weird at first because it was definitely weird for me, but it helps me. I go stand in the mirror and I just ask myself a few questions. And I say, how can I show up for you today? What do you need from me today? And you look at yourself. You take 3 deep cleansing breaths. And you stay in that moment with yourself. And you literally say, we're going to go in here and we're going to start the task. Start the song. Start the book. Start the course. Start the recipe. We're going to start whatever we set out to do. And if we don't finish today, we start it. So start that task for 5 minutes. And that's what I do. I'll go start for 5 minutes. And every time that I start for 5 minutes, y'all, the one thing that I start writing, there becomes a rabbit hole of information. And then I look up and it's been 2 hours and my task is done. So once you open up the door and push past what feels like it's stressful because it's so big, we can finish what we started. Okay? So I hope this has helped you guys. And I challenge each of you to write those things down. Stop lying to yourself. Break the task down into manageable parts for you to finish. Eliminate the distractions. Reward yourself. Prioritize your task. Have an accountability partner. And clean your environment. Make it conducive for downloads from Spirit and all the things that you need to finish. Okay? I hope these ways helped you. And if they did, drop me a comment. Y'all already know. Send me an email. And if you still need help on procrastinating, I am here as a life coach to help you get deeper into these ways and find other ways that can actually help you. Okay? I can't wait to meet each and every last one of you one day, okay? Because we're going to be doing some stuff where I get to meet y'all in person, and I'm so excited, but we ain't going to talk about it too much. But if these help y'all, please let me know, okay? Leave a comment, leave those green hearts. Let me see your love on the screen. Okay, so I will see you next time on the next Moment with Joy.